everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bedtime with Tomi. This evening we'll be reading chapter 27, Clara. Leaving London was difficult. 2.5 of the most magical weeks of Clara's lives had been there. Knowing it wasn't a permanent goodbye was the only way she could get herself to depart to St. George. This would mark the greatest physical distance Clara would be from David since they had met. They had exchanged private goodbyes the night before as she'd left his flat. Despite the excitement she should have felt toward seeing Paris for the first time, as she gazed back at David through the car window and waved until he disappeared from view, an unexpected void seemed to open within her. In that moment, a part of herself she hadn't even known existed suddenly vanished. I need to test what we have. I need to test myself. St. Pancras station was packed with business travelers and tourists walking every which way. There was a constant buzz of conversation. Near the passenger drop-off area, a chaotic scene unfolded of cars, buses, and vans, jostled for precious curb space. Clara reluctantly got out of the Range Rover and had Michael assist her with her luggage. Michael, you've been such an amazing person to work with. Thank you for everything. Miss Little, you've been a breath of fresh air. I hope to see you in the very near future, if I do say so myself. Michael tipped his cap to her until he observed Clara make it through security and into the passport control area. 2 bored-looking French police officers waved her through without giving her a second glance. The waiting area of the Eurostore was packed with a few open seats. Shrugging, she sat on her suitcase, glad she didn't need to wait overly long. She sent a text to Amanda. Checked in and waiting for my train to depart. Amanda, dancing emoji. Counting down the minutes until I'm reunited with my bestie. When you get to the station, there should be a car waiting for you. Your man thinks of everything. The hotel address is in an email I forwarded to you just in case. Clara. Thanks. Can't wait. See you soon. She texted David next to let him know her status. David, I hope you enjoy your time in Paris. Promise me you'll check in with me once a day and stay close to Amanda. Clara. Heart emoji. Thanks. I miss you already. I promise I will. 2 beautiful black cats with yellow and green eyes were laying stretched out, sunbathing in the middle of the red and gold carpet as Clara arrived in the hotel lobby of the Hotel Noir shop. Hearing her approach, one of them poked their head up, appraising her with interest. Bonjour, she said. As soon as the cat realized Clara didn't have any food, it blinked slowly and put its head back down on the ground, resuming its nap. I knew you'd love the resident felines that lived here as soon as I saw the picture of them on the hotel website, Amanda said. Clara pivoted around and hugged her best friend. How was the ride over? It was smooth sailing. I don't know how David did it, but a private driver met me on the platform. Considering how much traffic there was, we seemed to zip right over from the Gare du Nord station, she laughed. The castle is larger than I thought. It is, but nothing is going to stop me from hobbling around Paris with it. Clara shifted her weight on her crutches. I've gotten better at using these bad boys. I might have to take more breaks than we'd like. Amanda rubbed her hands together. Your man said I had a knee scooter and a wheelchair if you decide to ditch the crutches. He did? Clara's heart swelled, knowing that David had poured so much thought and care into this trip. Yep. Amanda nodded. You, my dear C, have hit the jackpot. After working with David on planning your trip, I'm going to be spoiled for life. No man is ever going to measure up to him. I know, she said softly. We're in room 7, but before we head up, you need to register with the concierge. She needs your passport info. Then I have big plans for you. Clara gave Amanda her luggage as she checked in. The hotel might not be as luxurious as her London property, but it had a lot of charm and character. The Hotel Noir Chat was tucked away in a street across the street from the Louvre in a quiet back alley. Once a tavern, it had been converted to a 3-star hotel, bed and breakfast style, back in the early 1900s. On a hotel ride to the 3rd floor, Amanda had a difficult time remaining still. She gesticulated wildly as she spoke. Once you've had a snack and gotten changed, we'll head out. I made sure today's itinerary is light on the walking. The doors opened and then continued down the hallway. We'll spend the rest of the morning shopping. Then the afternoon, we'll go to the Eiffel Tower. Clara groaned. She loved shopping, but Amanda took it to a whole new level. It was a trait she'd inherited from her mom. Amanda had an eye and a taste for the finer things in life. There are so many high-end fashion designers here in Paris. I hope A doesn't intend to visit all of them. Did Mama Collins send you a list of things to check out while you're here? I didn't tell her it was going, or else shopping would take all day, Amanda said, inserting her key into the door. We're only going to hit up 3 stores: Chanel, Louis Vuitton, and Cartier. The Chanel boutique on Rue Cambon is something I want you to see. It's the original store. Coco Chanel used to live above the Atelier and have her studio there. What about my Musée d'Orsay and the Louvre? That's tomorrow. And after is a day trip to Versailles. Also for you. Works for me. Entering the room, Clara gasped. She walked straight to the balcony where a breathtaking panoramic view unfurled before her. The room boasted an awe-inspiring view overlooking the Seine River and the majestic facade of the Louvre. Clara felt as though she'd stepped into a postcard. It's every bit as beautiful as I imagined it'd be. She leaned against the railing. Was it David's idea for me to see Paris, or yours? Mine? Amanda joined her, soaking in the view. He called me 2 days ago asking if there was any way he could convince me to come and join you out for the end of your trip. I told him as long as he paid for one of our dinners, I'd be on the first plane out to London. I already had the rest of the week off. And how did Paris come up? He gave me an overview of the places you've been and things you've done. She shrugged. To me, it seemed like he'd ticked off most of the boxes on the things first-time visitors in London should do, so I suggested that we come and see Paris. I feel guilty using your time off to visit a place you've been a million times. Clara rubbed her forearms. Where had you originally planned to go? Singapore or Auckland? But that doesn't matter. Amanda brushed her off. I can get to those cities any old time. I'd much rather spend my vacation with you, especially since this is your first time. I want it to be memorable. I'm so lucky to have such amazing friends. Besides, in the past, every time I've tried to get you to travel, some type of dance emergency seemed to come up. I knew this time at least, there wouldn't be any excuses for you to skip out. That's true. I always pushed off traveling to step up and fill in for someone who's ill or injured. This time, it's my turn. Clara and Amanda glided into the 6th floor flagship Cartier boutique on the Rue de la Paix. The grandeur of the store was matched only by the sparkle of the treasures within. Diamonds and gems of every hue beckoned them from behind the glass displays, and the scent of luxury enveloped them. There are so many pieces of eye candy that I don't even know where to start looking, Amanda gushed. I agree with you 100%. A woman in a black uniform chuckled and gestured to the case. Is there anything you'd like to see up close or try on, perhaps? No, Clara shook her head. We're just looking. Clara, live a little. Amanda elbowed her. It doesn't hurt to try on fine jewelry. You know we can't afford anything in her. Her cheeks burned. The sales associate laughed again. Mademoiselle, I'll let you in on a little secret. On my salary, I can't afford half the items we sell either, but that doesn't stop me from trying on a few pieces. I just don't want to waste your time on this. Clara stared at the floor. Time is money, and I'd hate for you to lose out on the sale. And the commission that comes with it because you're helping us. Mademoiselle, you're kind, but I assure you it's fine. If you find something you like and decide to purchase it in the future, just remember to come to Cartier. Is it a deal? Oui. Amanda answered on her behalf. Now, which case would you like to start with? The saleswoman removed a ring of keys from her pocket. Clara's eyes were drawn to an exquisite platinum ring set with diamonds and amethyst. Its deep purple hue was reminiscent of the dress she'd worn on the night she went to the ballet with David. That one, she pointed to it. The Cartier associate carefully placed the ring on a tray. With clammy hands, she picked it up and slid it onto her right finger. Size 7. A perfect fit, the woman said. Clara's heart skipped a beat. Staring at the stone, she pictured David's face, his form-fitting tuxedo, and the kiss they'd shared in the shoemaking workshop. She glanced at herself in the mirror. The amethyst sparkled like a hidden star. Amanda observed Clara with a knowing smile. She snapped a few photos of her trying on the ring. You're glowing. Clara nodded. her eyes fixed on the amethyst. "It's just so pretty. It reminds me of my first real date with David. The dress I wore was this color. I think we should look for a pair of earrings to match it. And can I try on that emerald?" Med asked. "Oui." As they prepared to leave the store an hour later, the Cartier sales associate approached Clara with a small package in hand. "Mademoiselle," she said, with a polite smile, "I was just told that this is for you." Clara, puzzled but intrigued, accepted the signature red shopping bag. "What is it, see?" Inside, she discovered a square box wrapped in thick paper sealed with wax. She held it for Amanda to inspect. Her friend squealed. "Open it." "Shouldn't I wait until later?" "No, open it now." The sales associate smiled like a Cheshire cat. Unwrapping the paper and opening the box, Clara discovered a dainty yellow gold bear-shaped pendant. Its 2 diamond eyes twinkled, and where its heart would be was an etching of the letter C. "David," she whispered. A stray tear fell down her cheek. "His nickname for me is Claire Bear." As Clara held the pendant close to her heart, a profound realization washed over her. In that moment, she knew without a doubt that she was deeply and irrevocably in love with David. Her heart belonged to him. So that was the end of chapter 27 of Dancing with the Royal, and that actually is a newer chapter that I added in the second edition of the book. You'll notice on the cover there's a little bear pendant that is on Claire's neck, and that was added by That was added by Brooke Gilbert, the cover artist, who designed this hand-done cover, and beautiful job at that. She inspired me to include the teddy bear necklace with the Claire Bear in this extra scene. I just thought it was something special and really helped solidify the growth that David and Clara have had by this point in the book. And I was thinking that I could definitely picture David giving her a Cartier pendant that's been custom designed. Normally it wouldn't have been designed that quickly, but you know, when you have friends in high places, or if you're a prince or a duke, anything is possible, especially if you have a lot of money. If you have any other questions about scenes in the book, feel free to drop them in the comments down below, and I'd be happy to answer them. I was thinking maybe I'd do a Q&A in the future on the book anyway. For now, that's it. Please have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you guys next time.